Yellow again, guys. It's Sasuke Uchiha here, back with another video on the channel. Let's get straight into this video. This is what if Sasuke won the battle at the Valley of the End. So during the battle, Naruto and Sasuke, so they were now clashing since their ideals were different. Naruto thought that Sasuke was coming back to the village pretty much, so they could clear up his name, but Sasuke had other plans. Sasuke planned, to destroy the current ninja system and build it up from the ground up pretty much. And for Sasuke to be able to destroy the ninja system, he had to kill all the Kages which were present, pretty much. Since all the Kages were still alive at this point, pretty much. So, Naruto was pretty much against that, since he didn't want, Sasuke to do this. He knew, people would rebel and stuff. So, Naruto and Sasuke began to clash, as they're exchanging blows, going left and right, as they're battling at the Valley of the End, Sakura and Kakashi, just watching this and okay, okay. So that's what's popping then. So, pretty much as Naruto and Sasuke are clashing, Naruto enters this cubified mode, pretty much, where he has Kurama avatar on. Sasuke's like, oh hell no, I'm gonna use my Susanoo, pretty much, he goes perfect Susanoo. Then he draws chakra from the bijus, which are trapped, in the 9 moons, pretty much, he had created. And they're starting clashing violently, as Sasuke's sword is clashing with the Kyuubi's palm pretty much. Naruto launches a tailed beast bomb at Sasuke, which Sasuke cuts in half. The landscape is changing. It's like Madara and Ashirama all over again, or Indra and Ashura pretty much facing each other. So at the Valley of the End, the waterfall eventually dries up, since the battle is just too immense. They're exchanging blows and so much, that the landscape is changing. So they even have to redraw the maps. Then Sasuke then uses his sword and slams it into Naruto like the nine toes after his head, as the nine toes is pushed way back. Sasuke then runs through Hanses and goes Chidori current pretty much, as large storm clouds appear in the sky, as electricity is priming on Sasuke's sword, as well as the Susanoo sword pretty much. As Sasuke flies forward, as the Susanoo wings are flapping its hands, as he dives forward towards where Naruto is. Naruto sees no option, charges up a Rasengan pretty much. As the two attacks clash, it all turns white. They start in a big ass explosion, which sends everything freaking flying in different places. This explosion sends everyone flying back, even those who were sewed up, and they fall off the tree, as they're flung back, just to show the magnitude of the explosion. Sasuke then looks down at Naruto and says, Naruto, I know we used to be friends, but since you don't agree with my ideals, I must end your life. No, Sasuke, I'll stop you. I'll bring you back to the village, Naruto promises. As Sasuke drops down from the Susanoo as he goes into a fighting style. Naruto also drops down from Kurama mode, but he still has it on. He then rushes at Sasuke as they start clashing. As they're clashing, even if Naruto is in Sage mode pretty much, he's not able to keep up with Sasuke. Sasuke has the edge up, because Sasuke is the Renin Sharingan in his eye right now, and he can perceive Naruto's moves at I don't know how much speed, pretty much more than the Mangekyou, but since he has them both, it's technically overpowered right now. So Sasuke uses his move and switches places with Naruto and stabs Naruto on the shoulder. Naruto screams out in pain, as Kurama sends some chakra to heal that place up, since it will disadvantage Naruto. Sasuke then starts to go into a blazed fury of sword swipes and cuts, as Naruto begins to start getting pushed back in the battle. As Sasuke is targeting Naruto's key points, he slices and dices and slices. Sasuke is going ham on Naruto at this point pretty much. I know, guys, people would hate this, that Sasuke is actually beating Naruto, but if we look at this, Sasuke is stronger than Naruto. If we were to, look at it, Sasuke can just cast Genjutsu and Naruto is done. The Kyuubi would not be able to, to repel that stuff, since Sasuke suppressed the Kyuubi once. So I think you all remember that stuff. So Sasuke and Naruto continuously clashing. Naruto's getting pushed back. He just can't keep up with Sasuke's speed pretty much. Naruto, tries to go faster, but Sasuke is just too fast for him. Sasuke then goes behind Naruto. While Naruto, wasn't looking, since so Naruto like had been pushed back for a distance pretty much. He then goes behind Naruto and stabs Naruto in the stomach. Naruto's like, oh, Sasuke, oh, as Naruto drops to the ground pretty much. Sasuke then goes further and stabs Naruto with his hand directly on Naruto's seal. As Sasuke then activates, the Asura path. I'm not sure if the Asura path is like the one which can pull things out, but I'm gonna say Sasuke has this type of ability since he does have the Rinnegan, so why wouldn't he have it? So Sasuke then starts to yank on the Kyuubi's chakra, and the Kyuubi inside Naruto's head is like, Naruto, he's trying to pull you away. So Sasuke then starts to like pull up the stream of Kyuubi's chakra as he's absorbing it pretty much. Naruto's like fighting, trying to pull back his chakra, but Sasuke, then kicks Naruto as he yanks the Kyuubi's chakra out. Since Naruto is kept alive, by like the sun seal pretty much which he has on him. Now Sasuke that has like the Kyuubi in his hands pretty much. He then pretty much tosses it, to where like the other Kyuubi was trapped pretty much. So it's then in there. Naruto is like left extremely weak, he staggers back to his feet even if the regeneration factor of the Uzumaki is kicking in, along with the power he has got from the sage pretty much is keeping in. So Sasuke, then slams his fist into Naruto's chest. Naruto collapses to the ground. Sasuke, then grabs Naruto's arm with like the seal pretty much, as they like do like the seal which releases the people out of the Tsukiyomi pretty much. Kakashi begins to see like the people coming out of the Tsukiyomi, Sakura is like there crying, no Sasuke-kun, don't, just come back to the village. Sakura is crying. Kakashi, who does no Sharingan right now, is just like, I'm gonna chill the fuck here and not do a single thing pretty much. Sasuke begins to pound on a weakened Naruto. Since Naruto got the Kyuubi yanked out of him a second time, he's extremely weak by this since he had not recovered from the first time like he thought he did. He had not recovered. Naruto's future attempts, he charges like, a Rasengan, pouring like some sage chakra, or like the remaining chakra he has into his body, if he's able, to take out Sasuke, it would be benefit. So, Sasuke then says, oh, fine then, clash, let's do it. Sasuke then begins like to draw on the power of like the Bijus pretty much, as Sasuke's hand begins to to sparkle with black lightning. Naruto and Sasuke both charge at each other pretty much as they slam both attacks. But Sasuke was smarter. Instead of directly slamming his attack into Naruto, he jumps over Naruto and stabs Naruto to the chest, directly in the heart. Sasuke, looks at Naruto with not a single trace of remorse. Naruto is wide-eyed. Oh, Sasuke. As the life begins to drain from Naruto's eyes. Don't worry, Naruto. I'll finish your dream. I'll make sure this world will never have the people like Itachi, or people who are forced to be Jinchuriki like you. As Sasuke pulls back his arm, Naruto drops down to the ground, dead. Sasuke then runs through Hanzo's fire style, fireball jutsu. As he begins to burn Naruto's body, he then looks at it in a single glance, Amaterasu. As the Amaterasu flames go and increase, with the fire which Sasuke had blown previously, as they burn away Naruto's body, not leaving a single trace of DNA, not even a single strand. As the Sun Seal then appears in Sasuke's hand as well. Hagoromo, who had been watching this, just shakes his head, disappointed at what just happened. He's sad about it. But what can he do? He's dead, pretty much. And he had given, his descendants the power. And it was the descendants' choice of what they could do with the power, pretty much. Continuing on, Sasuke then walks over, to where the Kages are, and speed blitzes them, slicing off all 5 of their heads. Sasuke, then enters his Susanoo, as he does the Hanzo's freeing the people from the Tsukiyomi pretty much, as everyone, looks up to see this giant skeletal figure there. Sasuke then looks down upon them and is like, all 5 Kages are now dead. You all rank under the supreme leadership of the Leaf Village. Am I understood? Sasuke says, do not test me. Any resistance will be crushed. Some people like the Stone Shinobi who are like mortified that the Tsuchikage is dead pretty much, try to fight with Sasuke, but that does not end well pretty much. So all the shinobis head to their respective villages pretty much. They're like angry at Sasuke pretty much, like how could Sasuke like kill the Hokages pretty much, the Kages, how Sasuke could do that. So they're pretty much angry about it. So Sasuke returns pretty much to the Leaf Village, where Sasuke is gonna focus on how he's gonna rule the world pretty much. He's not gonna destroy the Leaf Village since he needs a place to rule from pretty much. So Sasuke is then crowned just like the 7th Hokage. Since Tsunade was the 5th, so Sasuke is now the 7th Hokage. Wait, is it no, Sasuke is the 6th Hokage, not the 7th. He's the 6th since Tsunade was the 7th. I made a mistake about that. Sasuke is now crowned as the 6th Hokage, which many people were shocked about. So Sasuke's leadership is like, he's like mainly in charge. The council handles all the paperwork since he does not want to do anything to do with all that paperwork pretty much. All the villagers follow one banner of the leaf. It's like a straight rule. All missing nins, all what and stuff. If you're missing nin, you're gonna be caught dead as a missing nin, since all missing nins were to be hunted down pretty much and taken out, since so it's gonna to keep things in an orderly manner. The Stone, tried to put up resistance, with the Tsuchikage's granddaughter becoming like the next, Tsuchikage pretty much. He tried to fight with Sasuke, wanting to accept his rule, but a well-placed meteor in the center of the village did work wonders, along with some Biju rampaging across the village did wonders, So everyone was forced to stay in line. So pretty much we can see from this that Sasuke's rule, by killing the Kage, so to make all the other villages fall in line, is he's ruling. So pretty much Sasuke gets married to Ino and Sakura, as well as Karin pretty much, since he's restructuring the Uchiha clan in a way he's seeing fit pretty much. So Sasuke will like have a harem. So this harem will consist of Sakura, since she always wanted Sasuke, so she got what she wanted there. There is Sakura, there is Ino, there is Hinata, since the Yuga clan wanted to straighten ties with Sasuke, since he was like the Hokage now, so he was the boss of the world pretty much. So that is straightening ties with them, since their clan would gain some some more status pretty much. For crying out loud, I really don't care about that stuff. So the rookies still marry who they do, except for Sai and Naruto, since he's dead pretty much. So continuing on, Sasuke will have like kids, Sadra per usual, since we don't know who Sadra's mom really is pretty much. I low-key think it's Karin because they look so much alike, but at the same time it says it's Sakura, so I don't know, I'm so confused about that stuff. Yeah, so pretty much that's how Sasuke would turn out if he won the Battle of the Valley of the End. I hope you guys have liked it. What if not was the Demon King is coming soon, and it's Echo here signing out. Peace, guys.